Hey there, welcome to Prog Monster. My name's Murph and I'm the host of this show. Tonight it's Friday Night Live Experience. Yes, alive, and today we're going to be doing the first of a two-part set. I decided to split it into two just because I watched both concerts and was thoroughly enjoying them and decided I wanted to give some attention to both. So, of course, we're talking about this CD. Actually, it's two CDs. The Kilburn. Yeah, I guess I got this video backwards because you can't read it. Anyways, it's The Who at Kilburn 1977. I got this CD in 2008, I believe, around Christmas time, if I'm correct. And I've probably played it 20 times at least. I've watched it at least 20 times. Sometimes I'll just turn it on and it'll put me to sleep eventually, but just a great concert. Actually both of them are very good concerts. But so anyways, let's tell you a little bit about it. Okay, so this is them performing in 1977 at Kilburn. The video was released on the 17th of November 2008, and the running time, I think the combined running time for both CDs is 128 minutes, I believe. No, I don't see it anywhere, but I think that's what it is. I think it's 128 minutes combined for both CDs. Or, yeah, it could actually be. Yeah, I would think, because they have one time, I would think it would have to be for both CDs. So anyways, the second CD is 1969 at the Coliseum in London. Another great concert, but we're going to do that as part of Part B. So today we're just going to focus on the Kilburn concert itself, which is a bit of a landmark concert, I believe, to my way of thinking. Okay, of course, the members of the band, The Who, the original four: Keith Moon on the drums, Pete Townshend on guitar and vocals, Roger Daltrey on vocals, and sometimes likes to whack that tambourine. And I think he actually plays harmonica once. Or that might be on the other CD, I'm not sure. And then, of course, the legendary, amazing bass player, John Entwistle. Okay, so, this is a typical Who setup. Pete Townshend and Keith Moon trying to outdo each other and crashing things around, and then Roger Daltrey just trying his best to keep up but not really succeeding too well. And John Entwistle just standing in the corner and doing nothing but playing the bass. So anyways, it's a fantastic. I think this group is, to my way of thinking, is maybe the greatest live rock band of all time. I mean, there are arguments to be made for some other bands, notably Kiss, and there's a few others that come to mind. Well, actually don't come to mind right now, but the Kiss one comes to mind because I also have some of their stuff too. But I have about 20 concerts on DVD, and about half of them are of The Who. So that pretty much tells you how I feel about them. So anyways, it's a 14-song set, and it starts off with I Can't Explain, which is, it's a typical song they like to start with. It's one of my favorite Who songs. A lot of energy on this song. They come crashing in right away with this song. This song actually reminds me of a Kink song, which I can't remember right at this moment which song that is. But it's got that kind of Kink sound to it, The next song up is Substitute, Long being one of the Who songs that I kind of love quite a bit. Pretty heavy song, I think, for the time period. And then they go into Bubba O'Reilly with all the flashing lights and everything. This is the reason why I wear hats, because otherwise I'd blind the people out there watching me. Anyway, so yeah, Bubba O'Reilly, which is to me one of the greatest Who songs of all time. the whole set is just a plethora of great songs. I think they played among their best songs for this set. And they hadn't actually been in concert for about a year at this point, and then they decided to get back together and do this. And I think Pete Townsend especially was at his cantankerous best in this video, arguing with people in the crowd about taking my guitar and playing it if you think he can do better, and basically slamming things around and smashing stuff and whatever. I think he actually plays better and is more effective when he's pissed off. The fourth track on the album, My Wife, is a John Entwistle vocal song. I like John Entwistle's vocal songs. He's got My Wife, and then there's he usually either does that one or he does Boris the Spider, which I like both of them. I think My Wife fits this set a little better because it's a little bit more modern. Boris the Spider tends to be more of a 60s song. Then we have Behind Blue Eyes, which is, to me, one of the classic Who songs of all time. I think Roger Daltrey's vocals on this song are off the chart. It's probably, to my way of thinking, it's probably his best vocal song. Then we got Dreaming from the Waist, a nice track. A track I like quite a bit. I believe that Dreaming from the Waist, correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody's watching, but I think that's on Who by Numbers, but it could be wrong. It could be on Who Are You as well. Pinball Wizard, of course, and I'm Free, both songs played from the Tommy album. I think there's a little bit in here where they actually let Keith Moon do a little bit of a silly thing, Uncle Ernie thing. I think it's in this set. I think he plays it in this one. It could be the other CD too. Sometimes get that mixed up. Then they go into their two covers, which are Summertime's Blues, that Eddie Cochran cover. They do this song amazing, man. It's just a crashing song, man. I just love this song. Whenever it comes on, I crank the TV to the max, or whatever I'm listening to. So I used to have a nice stereo in my car system, and I would take this out when I was traveling places. I would play this on the way, because off of my Live at Leeds album, I would just crash it all the way. It's such a great song. Then Shakin' All Over, another great Who song, who I think many people have covered this song, but I still think the Who are like Van Halen. They do better covers of the song than the originals. My Generation, of course, classic Who song. Gotta love that song. Joined Together. I like this tune. It's a little bit mellower than some of the other stuff, but fits in the set well here. Then then they do Who Are You, which I believe, based on what I've read and what I've seen, this is the only time the original four play it together and it's recorded. I think that's what I read. I know they played it on their tour when they were touring for this album, but this was the only concert that was filmed, and I think this is the only time that they actually play it as the original four is. Kilburn. And then, because this is the last filmed concert of Keith Moon on the drums with the Who, and he was a little bit overweight in this as well. You could see that he was struggling a bit, but I love Keith Moon. The guy is just Mr. Energy. I just think he's one of those kind of people, and there's, it's a bit of a rare thing that people just like him. He's very funny. He's very outgoing. And a very good drummer, and very unorthodox style too. Like, he's just all over the place, and just don't try to ever outcompete him. I don't know why Pete Townsend always tries to get things going with him. The two of them are like jumping on. He just gets, the worse Pete gets, the worse he gets. It just, and then the next thing you know, everything's destroyed on stage. Anyways, the last song on this particular concert is "Won't Get Fooled Again," and this is the iconic version of this song. This is the one that everybody remembers. You know, they start out banging along, and then they get to that part where the keyboards come in, and all the lights are flashing. It's very like build up, and then Keith Moon goes crazily savage on his drums. You know, that crazy savage bit that he does, which launches right at the end of the savagery. It launches Daltrey into that legendary rock scream that I think he's become iconic for on this particular song. And then it ends off with the highlight of the night, Pete Townsend jumping across the stage, landing on his knees, playing the guitar. I mean, all three of those bits have made this song, to me, the most legendary song of The Who. And this is the concert that brought that about. So, yeah, great concert. I highly recommend this if you are a Who fan and haven't seen it. You gotta have this. It's almost a must own. And if you are not a Who fan and you are trying to discover them, or you think that maybe you might want to see them live, but you know, obviously you're not going to see this band live. I think Pete Townsend's right. I think the Who no longer exist. Yeah, Daltrey and him play as the Who and stuff, but you don't get the same effect with that you get from this. Anyways, if you're a person that's thinking that, you know, you'd like to get into the Who, or you've heard about them and you want to see them live, and this is the quintessential Who video to see. So this is part A, which is on the actual 1977 Kilburn's concert in I'm not even know where that's. It's in Kilburn, London, of course. What am I thinking? So you know, some nice shots of the boys here, one individual of each. Daltrey, Entwistle, Moon, and then Daltrey, Entwistle, Moon, and then Townsend at the end there. So yeah, a really, really good concert. A band that I have much loved. I had a chance to see them, the C&E Grandstand in Toronto in 1981, and at the last minute I couldn't get the tickets because it was a sold-out general admission show. And, you know, it turned out to be for the best, because that's the concert in which the heat was up over 100 degrees and some people got crushed at the front. Not a good scene, but, you know, I would have loved to see that concert. I can't imagine there ever being a better concert than that one. So anyways, this is part A of a two-parter. Next week I will do part B, which will be of the other concert, the other CD, which is the 1969 Who at the Coliseum. Pretty solid CD. I don't think it's as good as this one, but an older version of the Who. Pete Townsend's got that white jumpsuit kind of Mr. Glad look going on. And of course, Keith Moon is all over the place on this as well. So, and Roger Daltrey's got that rock star haircut going on, and the open leather hanging things, frills from his coat and everything. So this, and I think that's the concert too. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at it again, but because I was watching I was watching the Who at the Isle of Wight too, and John Entwistle had that skeleton thing on that he used to wear sometimes. He could have been wearing it on this too. I can't remember. I'll have to check it when I do the video for next week. Anyways, I love the Who. One of my favorite bands. Definitely my favorite live band. I think I enjoy them more than even Rush. And Rush is my favorite band overall. But I don't think, even though I love Rush live, especially in the last years, where they seem to get a lot of action from the crowd, that RB40 was great. But I still think that the Who are untouchable in this area. So Mick Jagger and the Stones, as good as you were, I don't think you're in the same league here. Anyway, so there's part A of this live Who at the Kilburn. So next week we'll do part 2 of the CD, which is the one I just said, the Who at the Coliseum in London, 1969. We'll do that next week. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any ideas of what kind of live events you'd like to know or what you would like to hear from me, please comment below, and like and subscribe if you want to see more of this content. So there you go. Friday Night Live experience comes to an end. Another successful live concert, one of the best. And I hope to see you again next week for part 2. So from Prog Monster, have a great day. We'll see you soon.